Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Nerd Soup. I am Aaron, the Nerd Soup Monkey, here alongside Beau to discuss Netflix's new limited series, maybe, Squid Game. A game where they get a bunch of people in, and you either die or get 45 billion won, which, I don't know, win-win?
Yeah, I'd like to see this on ESPN. When they talk about America doing remakes of South Korean shows, I don't want this to be a show. I want this to be
real,
a game show hosted by Steve Harvey.
I would join so fast.
Yeah, just for the entertainment factor.
Yeah.
Money's not bad either.
No, the money's good, and then what? How else am I going to go? I think that's a pretty badass way. Just losing red light, green light, get fucking sniped. Are you kidding me?
All of a sudden, you were going to hit lotto next day, live until you're 90, wife, kids, happy life.
Nah, it's not for me.
No.
I don't need that fairy tale shit.
You don't think that's in the cards?
No. No.
Yeah, I think that was one of my favorite aspects of this show is that they're all brought to this place. They have to go through the red light, green light game. It's horrifying, it's terrifying, anxiety-inducing, and then they let them all go. So I found that to be a neat twist. It was this combination of, like, you have the chance for financial freedom and the way that the world is set up. It's like a maze and inspired by M.C. Escher. They're the tunnels and it's all connected. But it's still servitude. You're still under their command. So I found that to be an interesting juxtaposition that, yeah, you're free to go, but when you're here, you're going to play by our rules. And a lot of them said, hey, let's gear up for game number 2. Jumping ahead a bit. But I love this show. And I think it was just so entertaining. Entertaining following these characters trying to navigate all of these games. It was a blast to watch.
That's what it was most of all. It was thoroughly just entertaining.
Yeah.
And also, it's still packed an emotional punch. Still had great dramatic moments. There was like a perfect blend of all these elements. Funny at times, nice mix of dark humor. It really just had everything that you look for when you just want to watch or binge, in this case, a entertaining Netflix limited series. And with a show like this, the intrigue is there right away. Like you said, when you're watching the Squid Game unfold and you realize what you're in for as a viewer and what these characters are in for, you're just like, wow, like, okay, I'm on board with this. I want to see where this goes. I want to know that overlying mystery surrounding everything. What's really happening? Who's controlling these people? Why are these people here? And I think they do a great job of giving you little by little as the series progresses and sprinkling in and intertwining the themes of the show. Yeah,
the show focusing on all of these games, it remembers that the show itself is a game because there's the game within the game within the game. There's so many different levels to it. It's just not, can you win? Can you compete? But like you said, it's who's setting this up? Who are the people behind the masks? What is the true purpose of this? Is there an actual purpose, or is it all just for entertainment? And it turns out to be just for entertainment. So for them in the show, the VIPs, and for us, the audience, right? We're just kicking back, maybe throwing some bets with our friends, who's going to win, who's going to lose. But the way that they got us to invest in these characters, you have all these different people coming from different walks of lives. Some of them are businessmen, others just have gambling addictions, or a North Korean defector, as we saw, an immigrant coming from a different country. So it goes to show, obviously, it's not that hard to pick up this metaphor, that no matter where you come from or where you've been, you could find yourself in a massive amount of debt. And that's why these characters are doing it. That's why when they're given the chance to leave, mostly all of them come back, because the anxieties and fears and pressures of life usually doesn't result in $40 million for most people. It just continues that cycle of despair. But at least in Squid Game, you have the chance to change your life. So getting us to invest in all these characters, we want to see them win. We want to see them have that opportunity, and we're not really thinking of all the consequences of their actions within Squid Game.
I was thinking every game, like, all right, where would I be? How am I doing this? Like, am I going to win? Would I win? And I found it genius. I think it's a genius idea for the glass game. Just like kind of balance on the edges of the glass and kind of spread out and like kind of crab your way across.
Right.
Fucking idiots.
Well, that's the thing. I don't have any balance. Like red light, green light, I would have tried to stop short, stumbled.
No, I'm losing red light, green light.
Sneeze.
The sugar game, we had to cut the thing out. Give me triangle. Yeah. Umbrella, I'm just fucking shoot me.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to try.
My luck, it would be an octopus. It's the random wild card shape. Yeah, I would have just ate it. I just would have cracked that shit in half. Tug of War was my favorite of all the games. When player one,
you got no core strength, so.
No, I don't. But if I had player one on my team giving me that speech, giving me all the techniques, Tug of War was my favorite. I was literally yelling at the television because of the underdog story. When he's breaking down all the different things that they need to do, when Sang-woo comes up with the idea to step 3 steps forward, and then that was the best to me. That was more exciting than Game 7 of the NBA Finals. The marbles game was probably the most heartbreak, right?
I don't know how to play marbles, so I would have lost.
Well, somebody on the internet found a way that if you would have played a game where you get a marble, I get a marble, each person would have gotten 10 marbles, and you both win. Because the objective was to take 10 marbles from your teammate. So there's a way to do it where you both can take the other person's 10, and you both win.
I don't get that. I'm not trying to, like...
bend the rules?
Yeah, because I don't trust them. Because they're like, no, that's not the game. Dead.
Right. The way people were killed off may have been the most scary part of the show, right? Just instant. Once you fuck up, there's no way to get around it. You're fucking dead.
Yeah.
Some real John Wick Continental type vibes, where it was very structured, there were rules that everybody was following, and the people that were controlling the game followed those rules too. So you know what you're getting yourself into. But there was a way to wiggle out of that marble game. There was a way.
I'm not trying to stretch any rules, trying to wiggle out. I'm just going to do what you tell me and like hope I win.
Yeah, and I think what the creator did such a great job of is creating all these unique characters who share that same desperation. Obviously, I mentioned it in the beginning of the review that they're coming from all different walks of life, but the actors did a great job of bringing these characters to life and imbuing these unique traits. Like we've mentioned, the lead, he's normally an actor apparently in South Korea who's known for playing charming and suave characters. And in this, he was a little goofy. He was a bit of a loser at times, a lovable loser. And he brought that to life brilliantly. The character of Beau, who, the North Korean defector, you felt that sadness and that hopelessness that she was feeling, thinking that she was going to come to South Korea and have a better life. And things turned out to not be so different for her. And even characters who were portrayed more as villainous and antagonists like Sang-woo. You know, there was that desperation there too, that he didn't want to disappoint his mother. So they all shared that desperation, but they were still unique characters. And the cast, I think, throughout top to bottom did such a good job with that.
As cool as the setup is and the intrigue from the actual Squid Game itself, I think the characters really did a great job of carrying the story and making it that much more, because you need to invest emotionally in order to have these connections to characters that can die at any minute. And obviously, a lot of that goes out of the window when you know the main character is probably going to be safe for most of the time. So, but yeah, as his character, like we got the most insight in him in the beginning. They obviously set him up as the protagonist, and developing his backstory and for many of the other supporting characters throughout the way, you needed that. You needed a strong reason and a believable reason for them to be here and why they would risk their life to get this money, and why they would want to do something as sick and twisted as come back to this game even after they were freed. And with him, you really got a good sense of his motivations, and I think he's one of the characters that you really point to and you show how he changes from episode 1 until the end, and what money and what this situation can do to somebody. And I think they did that with pretty much every character in different ways. Like look at Sang-woo, how he changed from growing up being a best friend to literally doing whatever it takes to win this money. Jihan, a bit of a hypocrite though. I think at the end when he was chastising Sang-woo for doing what he did the same thing with the marbles. He tricked an old man.
Right, and I think in the end it does where it haunts him. It's that survivor's guilt where you make these extreme decisions because you think that, he's got his mom in the hospital, he has his daughter who is moving to the United States. He desperately wants to win this so that he can rebuild his life, but you're not really accounting for all the fucked up things that you're doing to get to that point. So I think in the end, when he doesn't spend any of that money for an entire year, he just can't live with himself. And I think that happens a lot. It's not only in Squid Game, but it's in the real world. When you step over people, sometimes you could just have no remorse and have no conscience, kind of like Sang-woo. Or you could be like Jihan, where it just haunts you for the rest of your days,
I'd be in fucking Maui. One of those
I would have been
drinks.
out. Yeah, I would have been, hey, Beok's brother, come on. We're going to live in Hawaii. You like Hawaii?
One of those fancy drinks with the umbrella?
Hell yeah.
No, I say that, but I probably would have just been the same way.
No, well, I would have been dead during red light, green light. That's where I'm not getting to that point. Another part that I loved about his character is just how lucky he was. It wasn't. I was wondering in the beginning if they were going to just make him a master of games. That's the only thing that he's good at is the games of his childhood. But no, he's just really lucky. And the relationships he makes while in Squid Game were cute and wholesome, like Ali, who is probably a fan favorite for many people,
when he fucking screwed.
He got screwed, and after everything he did, he saves Ji-hun. He doesn't know him.
Mm-hmm.
He just went out and made that grab. Good grab.
Yeah.
Absolutely screwed in the end. So, like I said, with these characters coming from all walks of life, him coming from Pakistan, he's not as familiar with these games that all these kids played as a child. So it's that kind of that disadvantage that immigrants have, even in Squid Game. So he's easily fooled by Sang-woo, who's proven to be the smartest of all the characters, even though he finds himself in massive debt as well.
He went to SNU. Did you know that?
Yeah, he did. He's the hero of the town. And he tricks him.
Yeah.
He does him absolutely dirty, and I think that was probably the hardest death out of all the characters.
Right, and it's
because he's the heart of the team.
Well, there's more dilemma too. Like, it's survival, right? It's every man for themselves. And as much as you want to have friends and have a team, at the end of the day, it's like you're gonna fucking die if you lose this game.
Yeah.
So it's like, what would you do in that situation? I think most people's survival instinct would do anything they can to survive.
It's like Ji-hun choosing to team up with player one, the old man, doing the right thing, doing the honorable thing. But as soon as he has the chance to fool him and to move on, he takes that chance.
If it's me and you there, I'm like, R.I.P., but the boy needs to eat.
Fair enough. But like even I think the Marvel game is probably the most emotional of all the games because of like Beau and her partner, I can't remember her name, giving all that backstory saying, hey, one of us is going to die. It doesn't matter if we reveal all this stuff. So it was therapeutic for them to finally make this connection that they've probably never made in the outside world or haven't made in some time. And then it has to end with one of their deaths. And for her to sacrifice herself for Beau, knowing that she's got something more to live for out there. She has her brother. She has her family that's still in North Korea that she's trying to save. So, the moral dilemma turned out to be people finding their morality in these situations.
Right.
More so than, or not just losing it.
강재병! 고마워. 나랑 같이 해줘서.
Yeah, like you said, just that the dynamic of the game and what it is, like just to be with the husband and wife, and then you had Ji-hun and the old man playing, right? And that's one of the things where, like, the reveal that he was kind of the puppet master at the end, I don't know. At first, I don't know if I really like that too much. I'm still like on the fence of it because I think that takes away a lot from that moment. That emotional moment between those two characters.
Yeah, even when you're seeing him in the corner, all sad. That made me sad. I feel bad for crying for him, the little prick.
Yeah, well, he didn't even die.
No, he didn't.
So that game, more than most, I think, made people do, I think, the strongest moral dilemmas and decisions that they had to make. I mean, it's easy to beat someone in tug of war when they're actively trying to kill you, but to do a move like that where you're taking advantage of somebody just because you can, and knowing that the repercussion of that is they're dying is a little bit more, I don't know, it just feels a little muckier.
I think with Il-nam, the twist doesn't bother me because I did love the way he was helping out the team and obviously the relationship and bond he had with Ji-hun. It's the question, what's more evil, to capture people and make them do this against their will, or to invite them and know that they will accept because they're so desperate, and to have the absolute time of your life while they're doing it? This is an absolute madman because he needs thrills, because he can't even see, oh, maybe if I just help these people out by giving them the money, right? That can make the world a better place, because his whole thing is he's lost faith in humanity. But when you get to that point, you're not looking for ways to fix it. You're looking for ways to enjoy it, enjoy your time. And that's, to me, that's why the twist kind of works. Because even when you go back and watch it and you see his smiling face, like when he puts it together, what red light, green light actually is, and he's got that huge grin and he gets to the head of the pack, that's delightful. And now knowing that he was in on it doesn't take away from my enjoyment of all the moments that they had with him.
I think I could have used a little bit more insight on the front man and all his underlings too. So we got a little bit, obviously, with Jun-ho being the police officer, and I thought that twist of him being his brother was a little, like, just thrown in.
A little
like,
Darth Vader-y.
But, like, I didn't, like, they never explained why he was there or, like, how he got involved in this. And
well, they mentioned that he won the game in 2015.
Yeah, so what, they promote him to frontman?
Not bad, right?
Yeah, but like,
he was scary though, man. Those masks, I think all that was really well done. The design of all the henchmen, the soldiers, and the front man.
Yeah, they were very mysterious, and maybe like that's part of it, like why you don't like shed too much light on them. It's just kind of keeping them in the dark. Like,
well, do you think he died, the cop? I think it could go
you
either
don't
way.
see a body, so
Don't see a body.
That's the rule.
Yeah.
You don't see a body, anything can happen. But I don't know if they're going to do a season 2. They said maybe, but
Yeah, it's interesting because the writer-director, he wrote all episodes, and he said the first 2 episodes took him 6 months. So it took a lot out of him, and he said if they came back for a season 2, he would have multiple directors and writers. They left it open.
yeah, definitely.
Obviously.
I mean, I found that pretty funny too. Like, Jihan, like, very, like, super not skilled. And they set him up like John Wick's about to go back and bring down that fucking place.
Like he's Neo about to turn off the Matrix.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do, bro? All your teammates are dead. All your homies are gone.
It's like, you literally have nothing going for you. You got lucky in some games. It's like, I'm going to bring down the Squid Game.
What is this, some type of Squid Game? Yeah, I definitely wish they would have gotten more into that. I did like the mysterious presence, them revealing their identities at the end, taking off the mask, realizing it's his brother. I thought all the infiltration stuff was really well done. Made me feel very scared for the character and tense at times. Like when he finds the conspiracy that they're harvesting organs with the doctor. There was some interesting weird shit going on within the game. Like I said, the games within the games. So I think that they'll maybe explore that further in season 2. I definitely think if they do a season 2, they'll bring back the brother who's the cop, and maybe he'll link up with Jihan in some way, but I'm ready for him to get back into it because I want to see 6 more games. That was part of the enjoyment for me watching the show. Is just what game is next? And for the most part, they were all very entertaining. Like I said, the marble game wasn't as clever, I think, as the other games, but it was the emotional stuff going on.
The writing in those scenes were better than actual entertaining, as it carried the lack of entertainment from the game itself.
Yeah, and I think the character Beau, who's played by first-time actress Jung Ho Young, I was very impressed by her performance. First-time actor, bringing a lot of emotional weight to that character, being seen as an outsider, a North Korean defector. You just get that one scene of her visiting her brother, and that's enough. You're already rooting for her. So when she's brought onto the team, they accept her, she accepts them, opening up. I felt like that was important for a lot of these characters who are so alone on the outside to find this weird and fucked up family on the inside. And like you said, you realize that only one person's going to win this. This isn't Squid Game for 4 or 5 winners if 2 people decide they want to split the funds. They're saying, oh, you'll take care of my family, I'll take care of yours. No, we're going to get out of here together. That's not going to happen.
No,
so you knew that she was going to fucking
trying
die.
To find that little bit of optimism to hang on to. When he tries to say let's both end the game at the end, I'm like, you fucking moron. What's that gonna do? Everybody else is already dead.
Yeah.
Get your money and run.
Right, and even Sang-woo realizes, hey, I'm just going to kill myself, bro. Like, yeah, do I regret what I did? Kinda, but at this point, you won. So, go and do something right with this money. Help my mama.
Yeah, I wish they would have established their relationship a little bit more, especially in the beginning as children. Maybe some flashbacks, because when they meet, they're kind of like, oh, hey, what's up, man? Then you kind of get like, oh, we hung out, played games, I know your mom and everything, but I never really felt a huge tie to their relationship.
Yeah, but Sang-woo's character, because he came from a place of being once wealthy and successful, and now he finds himself back down on this level, all I needed was knowing that they were friends, because it feels like he just looks down on all of them. Like, even though I am here and in the same situation, I have to be the one who wins. I have to get out of this because I'm Sang-woo. People expect things of me, right? But it's like, no, fuck you. You're at the bottom just like everybody else here. So I think his betrayals as the season went on, he was very hateable.
I respect it.
Yeah, I can't say I wouldn't be like that, But
Jihan does the exact same thing. He tricks his friend in marbles, and then he pushes the glass, right? Okay, kind of a dick move, but at that point, you're gonna die if you don't do that. And so are you in the back. You're gonna die too. So kind of saved your life, and then that's enough for him to break against him, and for him to want to kill him. And then Sang-woo kills Buke, and he's painted as a bad guy when Jihan is going to kill Sang-woo in the same way, murder. It's just changed different perspectives and what you're willing to do. But
I think what Sang-woo did to Ali is a little bit worse than what Jihan was doing to the old man.
I'm not that's on at a certain point. That's on Ali. At one point, you're like, okay, buddy.
Yeah, but that was the whole thing, is that this guy knows the games. He's obviously the smartest of the group, and Ali he doesn't know it. He's naive. He believes in all these people because no one has ever, like, his job, they don't even fucking pay him. So Sung Woo gave him money, and it's like, this is the best friend I've ever had in this country. Of course I'm going to trust him. I think there was a dynamic there going on where it's a way that you can manipulate this person. And it's similar with Ji-hun and the old man.
But, like, you all knew what you signed up for. And if you want to have this sudden spirit...
He's also a thief in the real world. Ji-hun's just a gambling addict. He's, like, stolen millions and millions of dollars from people who's ready to be arrested for the rest of his life. Ji-hun's just a bad dad.
That's just business.
That's a business world.
No, they're objectively, he is worse. But, like Ji-hun, like, you're not, like... You have blood on your hands too.
Right. Well, I think like the major difference, okay, you could say that they're both hypocritical, is that if Sung Woo would have won, he would have been like you, off on vacation, paid off all his debts, got his mom a superstore, whereas Ji-hun can't live with himself. I think that may be the difference.
I would have a psychotic breakdown.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're more Ji-hun.
I don't know, actually. I don't know. Such an out there thing to put yourself through. Of course, I want to say I'll take the money and just live my life, but it's like, you're probably going to need all that money, maybe a little bit more for therapy.
You know who was a great character? Deok-soo, the bully, the gangster. He was just a fucking menace the entire time, man.
I never wanted someone to die so bad.
Yeah, and it was a great way to die. His crazy girlfriend, who was also very delightful. Joker and Harley vibes. Chick who's absolutely out of her mind, the dude who's obviously doing anything to get ahead, more so than Sung Woo. So watching them die together was...
He's just a legit bad guy.
Yeah, no, he's just a legit prick.
Yeah.
Right. And I think when Ji-hun was like, hey, man, the people that you've got on your side, they're going to want to stab you in the back because you're a prick.
Yeah. Shouldn't have broke up with her.
She was so... I was entertained by her, but goddamn was she annoying.
She was.
So
I felt bad, though. No one wanted her on her team. But she ended up getting the last laugh.
Yeah, she did. Right?
Yeah. He's got to be better at that. You just got to go up to him and be like, hey, no, you pick a different team. That way we spread it out, This is part of my plan. And instead, he's just like, fuck you.
Right.
And cost him his life.
And she did hook him up with that lighter, man. That game was freaking me out. I would have... Ugh, damn honeycombs.
I want to get my hands on one just to see if I can make it. But yeah, I think that was like what really brought the show to a different level than just pure entertainment. Was just the vast array of characters, right? And all their different backgrounds, different personality types. And it really made for like, you're picking sides and and there was intrigue. There was a story within the story, or like you said, the games within the games that really kept you at the edge of your seat and kept that investment going until the very end. Yeah,
characters with such life and such personality, the way that characters are picked off, even background characters, it was scary, man.
Yeah. I kind of wish like maybe the big three got their own little introductions in the beginning as well, separately. Right. So you're kind of going into it with three main characters, so it's more like maybe Ji-hun can die in game 4,
Mm-hmm.
But, that's a protagonist, and I think he's the right choice for the protagonist. Easy to get along with, easy to root for, so...
Yeah, definitely very easy to root for, and watching him and some of his friends try to put together the games, find advantages, come up with different strategies and tactics on the fly, all of that was so entertaining. Huge rewatchability, because even knowing some of these spoilers and plot twists...
Just remember Song who knew about the game and still told them to get the umbrella. He is a prick.
Yeah. He all should have brought them to Triangle. Jesus Christ. But we'll see. I really hope that they do come back for season 2, because I think there's a lot of this show, the premise, it inspires creativity. How fun can you make the games? But can you also instill some sense of characterization and dramatization within these moments too? Obviously, it's a premise that's pretty far out there, but these heightened metaphors can really work and tell a story that relates to our day and is satisfying as a piece of entertainment. And that's what this was. It was just a very satisfying piece of entertainment.
Quick, off the top of your head, 6 childhood games you would run through.
Super Mario, Mario Kart, Smash Brothers.
Not those games. Squid Game type games.
Those are the games I played as a kid. I didn't have friends.
You're fucking dead.
Tic-tac-toe.
Red Rover? Were you a big Red Rover guy?
I never played Red Rover. I didn't go outside much.
Damn, we were making some good points in that video. Hey guys, Aaron the Nerd Suit Monkey here. Before we end this video, I want to give a quick shout out to our Patreon supporters. What can I say about you guys that I haven't already said about myself? You are the most important part of the channel and the main reason we keep going strong. Like Beau says, you keep the lights on in the fridge so the fridge is full. Or something like that. So, from everyone here at Nerd Soup, I'd like to thank you guys for your continued support. If you're interested in joining the ranks of our patron supporters, head over to patreon.com/nerdsoup and check out the rewards we offer to our patrons. We recently dropped some new stickers for you guys to check out, or you could choose a tier that will allow you to select a movie, show, or video game for us to review. We've got a full slate of fan-suggested reviews coming your way, and we're really excited about the chance to review some of those movies and shows. We've also got t-shirts, mugs, behind-the-scenes videos showing how we bring our videos to life. And once again, thank you to all our Patreon pledgers who have been supporting us throughout the years. Without you, we wouldn't be able to convert all your pledges into cryptocurrency, so thank you from my future self for making us rich.